YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here. The time of the giveaway is upon us. By the time you're watching this, there's probably scarcely 24 hours left, if that, to join. There will be a link in the description. Go join quick. But I wanted to give you an update on some of the parts that I'm going to get to add to the system. When you last saw this, it had my GTX 1080 in it, but this was actually the final piece I was waiting for. MSI was kind enough to donate this GTX 1060 for this giveaway, so one of you is going to get an awesome graphics card. Just to give you a quick why did I pick this card, in my opinion, the performance that you get at this price point is really good, and then with the Gaming X version of the GTX 1060, it's going to have the really nice, I think they call it Twin Frozer is how you say it. I think it's the Twin Frozer 6 cooler, which is actually the same one that they put on the 1080 Ti. So you get a really good cooler with this thing, and it allows you to do some overclocking if you want, but it's a great graphics card. I'll go through some of the specifics as I'm unboxing it, so let's cut over to that. Alright, we're ready to do the unboxing. I really don't have the best equipment for this, so I'm doing the best I can with the camera I have. So let's just real quick hit the features that they list on the back, and I'll kind of tell you what I know about some of these here. I'll lay it down so you don't get all the glare. But basically the main features, you get 6 gigabytes of DDR5 memory, which it should list all this over here. Like any card nowadays, it's VR ready, and you're going to get a core clock. Oh, now I'm going to forget. Yeah, I don't remember the exact core clock on this thing. We'll take a look at it when we fire it up. I know quite a bit about computer parts, but not enough to sit there and quote graphics clocks and stuff like that. But again, the Twin Frozer cooler, you can see here, it's also got a zero Frozer feature, which means that when the card's not hot, it won't turn the fans on. So if you're looking to run your system more silent, obviously it can hook up to the MSI gaming app, though you don't need the gaming app if you don't want the extra stuff on your computer. It also has access to the mobile app if you want to do anything with that too, which is pretty cool. It comes with RGB LED on the side, so you can change this MSI and the dragon logo right there to whatever color you want. But obviously what's most important is some of the what this is going to do for the performance of your games. So let's pop it out and talk through that real quick. Alright, let's get the box out of the way there. So here's what comes inside the package. So in this top piece, what you would get if you purchase this for yourself. Ooh, let me pop it open. You get the little nice MSI envelope here, where they give you some cool stuff that comes with your graphics card. Obviously, some quick start guide to give you some instructions on how to install it. The drivers, which you can just download these nowadays. The Dragon comic book. I wasn't too much into this, but my son Matthew sure liked it. And then this is actually kind of cool. I like that they give you some decals. Again, if you want to use them, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm probably going to throw one on the case. Just to remind everybody that MSI was awesome in supporting this build. So that's the couple things that come in the little envelope. We'll get this piece out of the way. Thank you for choosing MSI. They're encouraging you to register it, obviously. And then here is the graphics card. So let's pop it out of the packing. So yep, there is the graphics card out of the packing. Ooh, look, here's like one of the best parts, right? You get to peel off the plastic when it's new. So yeah, there's one of our favorite parts. So there's the Frozer, the Twin Frozer cooler. See, it's got some nice fans. You can see if we take a look at the side of it there's the heat pipes. And then down underneath, there's all kinds of fins underneath the fans. So plenty of cooling. Nice looking heat pipes on the side. On the back here, you can get a look. This is the back plate. I'll flip it up where we got the dragon right side up. Very nice looking back plate. It is, I don't believe, it's plastic of some sort. So it's not metal like its big brother, the 1080 Ti, but it still looks good. And I certainly haven't run into any thermal complications with the card when I ran it, and I'll show you those benchmarks. But that's the unboxing. Let's take a quick look at a couple more things here, and I will see you there. Alright, no, we're not about to do an SLI build here, and these two cards look pretty similar. This is the GTX 1060 Gaming X, and this is the GTX 1080 Ti Gaming X. So this is my graphics card, and this is the one that's going to go in the giveaway. So I wanted to just kind of show you one of the things I like about what MSI has done here is that when you get the GTX 1060, you get most of the cool features that make the GTX 1080 Ti really elite. Obviously, you're going to get faster performance on the 1080 Ti, more VRAM, more CUDA cores, all those things that make the graphics card better. But you get the cooler and a lot of the other features, again, that are great about the bigger one. You can see that even the appearance is very similar. So even going at a cheaper, so let me just give you an idea real quick. There is a $500 cost difference between these. So this one right here is about $750 US, and this one right here is about $250 US. And yes, there is a pretty stark performance difference between the two, but this 1060 has crushed just about anything I've thrown at it in terms of 1080p gaming. And it even does pretty good on 2K, because I have a 2K monitor that I hooked it up to. So if you are okay with not running every game to the absolute max settings, and some games will run on those max settings, they'll run really well. Warhammer runs very well on this card. I find that although it's not like the lowest in budget card, it is a moderately priced card. And if you save money on other parts of your system, this becomes a real opportunity for you to purchase. And this will run all your games on the highest settings at 1080p for the most part. Again, the difference between it and the 1080 Ti is going to be a lot of frame rates. You're going to get way better frame rates out of a 1080 Ti. And that's just because you pay a whole lot more for it. But again, this card was easily running Warhammer on the high settings at 1080p up to about 100 frames per second. So very impressive performance. What's the difference between these two cards? If you look at the side of the GTX 1060 here, you can see that the cooling system in terms of the fins is a little more robust on the 1080 Ti. The 1080 Ti is very thick. And the back plate on it, I believe, is metal from what it feels like. It feels different than this other one to me. They could be the same. I'm not 100% certain on that, but I think the back plate is metal here. If I'm wrong, I apologize. I'm just telling you what I feel there. But if you look, aesthetically speaking, very similar. So again, you pay for a much cheaper card, and aesthetically, it comes out looking very pleasing, and which is nice. And in terms of ports, this card's set up with all the same ports that you would get on the GTX 1080 Ti. We've got a DVI, there's 2 display port, I believe, and 2 HDMI. Yeah, that's a display, actually there's 3 display port, I believe. Yeah, 3 display port, and then there's your HDMI. So ready for all the new monitors and all the things you're gonna need there. So all the features you need on the side of the card. Let's throw it into the computer real quick, and I'll show you what it looks like, and then there's a couple other features that MSI offers, not just in the graphics card, but in the motherboard that I want you to see too, which are really cool. All right, one other just real quick announcement I want to make is that I actually treated myself to a new SSD in my main gaming computer, which means that this Samsung Evo 840 is no longer needed by me. This is a serial ATA solid state drive, a very good one, in fact, and it is now going to be in the giveaway build, so boom, even more prize.
Alright YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here. I am back, and we're going to be looking at some benchmark results from this GTX 1060 Ryzen 5 build. I just used Firestrike, which is from 3D Mark. You can use other benchmarks, and I did try some others. It came in at higher than 75% of the computers through benchmarks on there. So basically this is a program that just puts you through your paces to kind of determine how well your system can perform. And it came in with some fairly respectable scores. Whenever I compare it, so this GTX 1060 that's in the PC now, how does it compare to other results, basically? So if I go back, give you back a couple screens, you can see here is the Firestrike with the 1080 that was in the system versus the 1060. It's a 30% performance improvement to throw in the 1080, so it's a big deal. Now, just keep in mind that this isn't, I haven't overclocked anything. This is without the processor overclocked, without the GPU overclocked as well. So we can add this to the compare, add to the compare, and then hit compare here. We can run them side by side just to kind of show you where all the different things fell. Like I said, I mean, it's a 1080. It costs a whole lot more, but I figured it was worth showing you all, you know, what the results came out to be here. I was hoping that I could get you the temperatures that came across on it, but let me pull this up real quick just to give you an idea. For some reason, it ran a little lower on this one. I had OBS open, so that could be the reason. But if you look at the temperatures here, I mean, this Ryzen processor is unbelievable on temperature. There's just a single radiator, and the thing never broke 60 anywhere in the test. So fantastic temperatures on the CPU. And if we look at the GPU temperatures, again, nothing's tweaked. This is just the stock settings on this Gaming X. The CPU, I think, maxed out at 64 degrees Celsius. So very nice temperatures, very good performance. One last thing I wanted to show you before we jump out of here altogether. I need to pull up the MSI Gaming app and show you the Mystic Light. So MSI actually wanted me to talk to you a little bit about Mystic Light, and you're going to be seeing a picture-in-picture. Now, one of the things that I wanted to take advantage of, so Mystic Light, basically there's a 4-pin RGB header on the B350 Tomahawk motherboard and many other motherboards from MSI. You can check on it. If you do go to look at one and it says it has Mystic Light, then that's what it's talking about. So basically you can set different effects, and I'll just kind of give you all a show here. So I have an LED strip in, and I believe we should be able to have some fun with that. If we switch it to red. So right now I have it set to breathing. You can go to no animation too, and you can see what these look like. So let's apply that. So yellow, just giving you some examples here. Green, light blue, dark blue, kind of a purplish color here, white. There's different animation effects you can add. Like, let me swap back over to the dark blue. You can do breathing. You can do flashing. Double flash. Random. So you can throw it and just let it do random things. So there's some cool settings that you can do. So yeah, you're just seeing that here. I could control my Corsair keyboard from here too if I wanted to. My personal favorite, from what I've worked out, is I really like this dark blue breathing on top of the red background that's going on. So that's been one of my favorites. And if you take a look though, you can change the color of the little dragon on the side of this thing too. So the LED effects are on, for instance. I can change that. Yeah, I mean, we can change the colors. The little dragon on the side, if we wanted to make him blue. We can make him red. Can turn it white, which I think looks pretty nice. So yeah, basically you can see the colors on him change. There's side and front LEDs. The front LEDs don't change colors on it. It's just the red LEDs that come on with it. The side is the little dragon dude. But yeah, anyway, that's the fun stuff that you can do with Mystic Light. Basically, it lets you add some character to your system. There are some actual lights on the motherboard, and there's actually some there's an LED strip that I put in the top of this case, and that's one of the cool things about Mystic Light. It's not a performance game changer, but it's cool because it lets you add character to your PC. And what's really cool is that this is a B350 Tomahawk, which is not a top-of-the-line model. That's not even in the enthusiast gaming series per se, like the 370 motherboard. So you get these features even on the run-of-the-mill motherboards from MSI, which is really cool. And I like how they add that to where you don't have to go break the bank to not only get a functional motherboard, but to get one that lets you add your own character to it. So anyway, thought this was cool. Hope you all liked it. If you want to learn more about the Mystic Light, right now some of my fellows in the Dragon Squad are over at Computex in Taipei, Taiwan. I wish I could have joined them, but schedule wouldn't allow. But I wanted to make this video to kind of support this. They're going to be talking more about Mystic Light. So if you're interested in learning more, and there are some giveaways too, there's going to be a link in the description. Go check it out. You have a chance to win a gaming PC from MSI and learn a little bit more about Mystic Light. I use Mystic Light on my system. I have some cool glowing red LEDs on my own personal one, and like I said, whoever wins this one is going to get to play around with that themselves. So pretty exciting stuff. Like I said, it's not the performance breaker, but you know, sometimes you want your system to look cool, and this is one of the ways you can do it. And you know what? If you're one of those guys that I hate everything RGB, guess what? It can be disabled too. See? Woo! LED effects off. So if you don't like it, you can turn it off, because I know there's some of you out there who hate RGB. Not really sure why, but that's okay. That's part of personalizing your system, so it's all up to you. Hope you all enjoyed this. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Appreciate MSI's sponsorship and making this giveaway possible and letting you see all this stuff. I'll be announcing the winner very, very shortly, so keep an eye out for it. HeirofCarthage signing out.